Okay, once again, one or two words that came out, if you guys didn't catch it just now. Integrity, humility, creative, go long term. Focus, this model, focus, building business. Learn from mistakes. And the last one was Steve Jobs, and then when you go find yourself one. Because he started off by talking about Satyam, sounded really great. But when you look at things like this, you need to look at what you can learn from it. That's why I got about integrity and humility. You know, you don't go around thinking 7, 11, don't know what's going on. And you don't go around trying to play with numbers, because at the end of the day, you know, there's a Malay saying, right? Pandai-pandai tupan lompat lah. I forgot what the balance was. You know.
Roslan, do you know what Ramalingam Raju said when he actually resigned? He said it's like going on a tiger, right? You're riding on a tiger. The tiger is running, you're riding on it. When it stops, it comes and eats you.
It's a Chinese saying. So he cheated that also. Okay. Before I continue to Dato, just now tadi tertinggal satu orang. I would like to invite Jeffrey to come up on the stage. He was cutting deals we were calling him now. Alrighty, our next speaker is Dato Ricky Wong Shihai. He's a highly accomplished young man. He was educated at Lancaster University, UK. If I pronounce it correctly, because I'm a US grad, Lancaster University, UK, where he obtained a degree in accounting and finance with first-class honors and was awarded the best student by the faculty in 2003. That's awesome. He was recently awarded the Creative Young Entrepreneur Award by Junior Chamber International, and in less than 18 months, he has built a media powerhouse that reaches over 1.2 million viewers a day. That's a big achievement. The company Asia Media has recently been awarded the MNC Malaysia Best Startup Company of the Year 2008 and Rising Star 2008 by SMI Malaysia. Its flagship media, Transnet, also certified by the Malaysian Book of Records for the largest transit TV network. And he achieved all this before his 27th birthday, which was when? The 27th birthday was when? Baru 27. That's a big achievement to get before 27. So it is my pleasure and honor to introduce the CEO and founder of Asia Media, Dato Ricky Wong. He's chasing the 250 pounds man away as well.
Thank you, Roslan, for that wonderful introduction. It was fantastic. Exactly what I've written. The first speaker was Mr. Chu. When I looked at Mr. Chu's speech, I was worried because I was thinking my slide was fake. So today we will look some speech that we will share some similarities between my speech and Mr. Chu's speech. So we have not shared the speech actually. So today we're going to pick up some tips on how to turn your ideas into tangible results. Let me ask you some questions. How many of you had a business ideas? Please raise your hands. Almost every one of you, because this is a National Youth Conference, entrepreneurship. How many of you thought your business ideas was great? Raise your hand, please. Have you ever had a business idea which you have failed to utilize on and act on, and then realize 6 months down the road someone taken your idea and work on it and become very successful? Have you ever thought to yourself, if I only had done this, the success could have been mine? That's right, the key message here is if you have done this. An idea is worth nothing without execution. Let me illustrate this point further. Does any one of you here know how many business ideas or inventions are submitted or filed per year? Is it 100? Is it 1,000? Or is it 100,000? No, it's more than 1 million business ideas or invention is filed per year. How many of these business ideas or invention filed is commercialized and economical profitable? It's less than 1%. I read somewhere it's between 1 in 3,000, that is 0.0003%. What does this statistic tell us? There are a lot of great ideas out there. We do not have to be Thomas Edison to be successful in business. We do not have to reinvent the wheel. What do you think is the most important thing that prevents people from achieving their goals? Is it fear? Is it money? Or is it talent? But these are not the number one thing. The number one thing is something that you may not think of. There was a study commissioned by Harvard Business School on the graduation class in 1953. They asked the graduation students several questions. And one of the questions is, have you set specific goals for your life? Have you written down your goals? And have you made plans to accomplish that? They found that only 3% of the graduate students have actually written down their goals and make plans to accomplish them. 20 years later, the researcher went back and asked the same group of students. The 3% that have made plans to accomplish their goals are worth more financially than the 97% combined. So most people think that number one thing that prevents them achieving their goals is bad luck, lack of capital, talent, but actually it's goal setting. When I first read about this story many years ago, I immediately write down my goals and everything has come true, at least most part of it. I wanted to graduate from uni with the best academic students. I wanted to run my own business, and that business has been potentially big. Today, I run one of the biggest media in Malaysia, known as Asia Media. I wanted to drive a BMW. 3 years after my graduation, I managed to own a 5 Series top of the line. But what drives you is not as important as what you drive. You must be driven by vision. Write down your goals, make plans to accomplish it. Why most people do not achieve success in life is not because they aim high and miss, but because they aim low and hit. And most people do not even aim at all. So have you heard the phrase, knowledge is power? Not quite. Knowledge is only potential power if you know how to use it. There are two kinds of knowledge: general knowledge and specialized knowledge. I read a very inspiring story about Henry Ford, the founder of Ford Motor Company. He received no formal education and became the most successful industrialist and the richest man in his time. During World War I, a newspaper ran some articles and called him an ignorant man. Henry Ford sued the newspaper. During the trial, the lawyer for the newspaper put him in the witness stand and started asking about general knowledge questions to prove to the judge that he, in fact, is an ignorant man. The lawyer asked Henry Ford, how many soldiers did the British send over to suppress the American Revolution in 1776? Henry Ford replied, I do not know the exact number, but I heard it was a lot more than those who went back. After an hour of being questioned, Henry Ford became tired and leaned over and pointed a finger at his lawyer, who asked a question. If I really want to answer the foolish question that you have asked me, let me remind you that I have a row of electric push button on my desk. By pushing the right button, I can summon people to my desk, men who can answer any question to which I'm devoting most of the efforts. Now, please kindly tell me why I should clutter my mind with general knowledge for the purpose of being able to answer your silly questions, when I have men around me who can supply any knowledge that I need. So knowledge itself is only potential power if you know how to use it. And it pays to know how to acquire knowledge. In business, there will come a point where you need the help or assistance of specialized people. So you need to surround yourself with professional network people who has the specialized knowledge that you do not have. So how can you turn your ideas into tangible results? you have to realize that ideas alone is worth nothing without execution. Please do not try to reinvent the wheel. Once you have your ideas, please write down your goals and make plan to accomplish it. Write a definite time frame. The key here is to actually sit down, think, and write down your plan and make plan to accomplish it. In order to achieve your goals, you will need the help at some point. Understand that knowledge itself is not power unless you want it to be. You have to surround yourself with professional network people. You will need people with specialized knowledge or knowledge and skills that you do not have, and it pays on how to purchase knowledge. That's all for me today. Thank you very much.